Hello and welcome to one of the toughest courses you will ever take in your high school year, AP World History. This will be the toughest and most rigorous course you will ever take in your entire life. This course will teach you everything from Hammurabi's Code to AIDS in Africa in just one subject. But don't worry, in this video I will give you helpful tips and advice that you can use to survive AP World History. So, without further ado, my name is Nicholas Prophet, and today I'm going to give you the keys to success. Let's get started. In this class, you will be given more information than you had ever learned in your entire life. You will be given an 800-page book filled to the brim with information you need to know just to pass the class. But don't let that scare you. It's impossible to retain all the information inside of a book, so don't try too hard. So in this part of the video, I'm going to give you tips and helpful advice you can use to help learn and retain some of the information inside the textbook. Let's get started. You can't learn anything without reading the book. It's not just gonna magically pop into your head and be like, oh, I know this now. No, that's not how it works. But yeah, I know, it's a big book. I told you that already. So, here's a little thing. Don't read word for word inside the textbook. You're not gonna learn anything. You're just gonna keep reading and reading, go to the next page, and completely forget what you read on the other page. So, in the next tip, here's a little thing you can do when reading the book. This helped me retain a ton of information from the textbook. The best way to retain information is to write them down in a way that will help you remember them later. Whether it's writing out the years of when stuff happened, drawing a little doodle, summarizing a paragraph, anything that will help you retain the information, do it. But here's the thing. Don't write word for word from the textbook, because all you're going to have once you look at your notes is a whole paragraph full of words with a bunch of bullcrap stuck in it, and then this much information that you actually need to know. So there you go. Here's tip number 3. A wise, and very rich person once said, just do it. I know it seems like a lot to do, but trust me, it will help you in the long run, and it will help you test yourself to see if you learned any knowledge from the past chapter. Tip number 4. It's a good way to see how much material you actually learned from past chapters. In a lot of AP books, there are practice tests and quizzes that you can take in the back of the books to see how much material you actually learned. You can also grade yourself to see how many questions you got right or wrong. If you happen to pass that test or quiz, good for you. You don't have to go back in the book to see what you missed. But if you don't do so well, it's best for you to go back in the book and go to the chapter where the questions happen to come from to see what you might have missed. Alright, here's the next tip. Studying with friends is probably the best thing you can do in AP World History. When you study with friends, you can get different views on how the chapter might have played out from different viewpoints. The best thing you can do, and what I did in my class, was every Thursday we were given a document that we had to read the day before on a certain topic that we happened to be reading about inside the book. And on Thursday, we come in and have a little discussion where everyone sat in a circle and we talked about what the document meant to us. And once I did that, I thought, wow, I did not think that. And actually, I agree with what you said and what you said and what you said. So maybe at your school or in your class, you can do the same thing. It's really fun and you'll actually gain a lot from it. I really hope those tips are helpful for you in learning a bunch of information about AP World History. You read the book, you're taking notes, you're discussing with your pals, and you think you're just the bee's knees in AP World History. But there's one thing I forgot to tell you. At the end of the school year, you will take a little something called the AP World History exam. And by far, it will be the most treacherous, difficult, pants wettingness exam you will ever take in your entire school year. It consists of a 70 question multiple choice, which you have to finish in less than an hour, and 3 essays that you have to finish in 2. I know, it sounds like a lot, but I was able to survive it, and here's how you can do the same. The first part of the AP World History exam consists of a 70 question multiple choice, which you have to answer in 55 minutes. And I know it sounds impossible to do, but trust me, if I can do it, you can do it as well. All the questions in the AP exam should be based off of knowledge that you should have learned through the entire year of AP World History. If you read the book, took notes, and quizzed yourself before you took the exam, you should do absolutely fine. But here are a few tips to make sure you get that 5 on the AP World History exam. Tip number 1 is to pace yourself. Remember, you have 55 minutes to do 70 questions. So you have to make sure you find a groove and stick to it. Even if you think that the answer is wrong, stick with it, and if you happen to have time at the end, go back and change your answer. Tip number 2 is to don't second guess yourself. If you happen to think that it's the right answer, pick it and move on. Because if you keep second guessing yourself during the actual exam, you will lose precious time towards it, thinking if the answer is A or C. Tip number 3 is helpful if you happen to be running out of time during the exam. If the teacher or proctor tells you that you have 5 minutes left and you have 20 questions left to answer, pick your favorite letter of the day and bubble in all the questions that same letter. It's a foolproof plan and it works most of the time because you're bound to get one of those questions correct if you pick that same letter. After you completed the 70 question multiple choice, you will have 3 essays that you have to write. A document-based question essay, a changes in continuity over time essay, and a compare and contrast essay. The changes in continuity over time essay is similar to the DBQ, except all the knowledge and words on the paper will have to come from your noggin. You'll be given 3 regions to pick from and a certain time period in which that region will have to take place, and a topic answering what changes and continuities happen in that particular region. The last essay you have to write is called the Compare and Contrast essay. Like the CCOT, you'll be given 3 regions to pick from, and you have to pick 2 to compare to. You will also be given a topic as well as a time period in which to compare the regions to. It's very simple, and it's like the other 2 essays. It has to be 3 to 4 pages long, must include 5 paragraphs, and must state your thesis as well as your answer clearly enough so that the person grading the exams can understand the essays. And that's it. We have reached the end of my video. I would just like to thank you for watching, and I hope you were able to gain a lot of tips and helpful advice from this video. I would also like to take this time to personally thank my AP World History teacher, Miss Cubos, for giving me most of the tips and advice you saw in this video. If it wasn't for her, I would probably have learned not a thing in her class, and I would actually be looking for advice videos like this one. So I just want to say thank you, Miss Cubos. I appreciate all the work and the help you gave me during the class, and I just love you. So if that's it, which I'm pretty sure it is, I would like to say if you liked the video, please leave a like in the comment section below. And if you have any critiques or comments about the video, just leave it in the comment section down below. So, without further ado, I would like to say peace out and good luck in AP World History. Wow.